Hey divas, welcome back. I have been feeling so creative and I don't know if it's manic or just like super expressive lately, but my need to express myself and try new things and put myself out there perfectly aligns with my need to be annoying and cringe for everybody. And today I just want to talk about like, why do we make trying cringe? I think that trying things, trying new things, putting in effort, doing the most is the hottest thing we can be doing as women. And this is not for everybody, okay? This episode is not for people who are chill being chill. It is cool to be demure. I wish I was one of those girls sometimes, like, but I am talking to the divas out there who are always doing the most. They're wanting to do something new. They're ambitious. They're goal driven. They're creatives. Okay. This is a safe space for us to encourage each other, to not be afraid to just like fucking go for it and put ourselves out there. These days, I do feel like women are not encouraged to be seen unless we're perfect. It feels like a lot of people have just completely given up on doing anything or being imperfect because they're too cool. And Gen Z, I'm talking to you. It is like shamed these days to put in any form of effort. Gen Z would have hated me in college. I would literally wear a little mini skirt and like a floral top in the snow in the middle of winter and walk around downtown in like pink open-toed high heels to go to the little dive bars. Like, people used to put in so much more energy into how they looked, how they felt, what they built, what they're doing. And now everything is like, we're just like zombies walking around the world, and it is so boring to me. Okay. And I'm not saying that it's wrong. It's okay to not want to do the most again. But I just feel like this whole idea of like, I'm too cool is honestly a lot of people having fear of being vulnerable. And a lot of people are cosplaying this like detachment and I'm too cool, I don't give a fuck energy because they're actually afraid of being seen trying and failing. And if we could remove the pressure off of it and just take life a little less seriously and go for our dreams, I think we all would be living a lot happier. I think that trying is just fun. So many people have this idea that when you're putting an effort towards something and you are like working really hard, it's this whole like burnout culture and like boss babe era that everybody's growing out of, and we're tired of trying. We're letting things flow to us. But honestly, I feel like a lot of people are just sitting around waiting for their dreams to come to them, and that's not how it works. Trying is literally just participation. It is literally just like living a life that is active and you're like actively a part of and building. If you've ever heard of lifestyle design, that's what this is. It's like building what you want your work to look like, what you want your relationships to look like, what you want to look like, instead of just letting it happen to you. I saw this one girl on TikTok, she posted a couple weeks ago, and she was like, I hate how I look. Like, I literally hate how I look. I'm ugly. I wasn't born pretty. And all of the stereotypically pretty girls were commenting. They're like, girl, this is how I look like when I'm not putting an effort. Like, you literally just need to take a little bit of time to try and carry yourself with confident energy. And that's what makes you pretty. And I so believe that. Like, I believe that we can make life be anything that we want it to be if we actually do the damn thing and like put effort into it. Trying is doing new things. It's trying a recipe that you've never made before, and maybe you fail on making it the first time, but then you make it again and it's so good. Or you try a new hobby. You pick up knitting. It's hard for you at first, but eventually you get good at it. And I think with social media and us just seeing like the best parts of everybody's lives these days, it's hard to be in that building era. It's hard to be in the in-between. And realistically, the building isn't always pretty, right? But that's what gets us to where we want to go. And the ugly parts can be seen. You can try, you can have fun, you can enjoy the journey, and not everything needs to be perfect. It's okay to be a little cringe. It's okay to give a fuck. I'm sorry, but since when is carrying cringe? Since when is giving a damn bad? Like, it is so fun to try. I saw this video of this girl who posted her dropping off her kids at school, and she looked so cute. She had like a little dress on. Her kids had like bows in their hair, and everybody was commenting, and they were like, oh, she's obviously not happy. She is trying way too hard, putting in all that effort because she's not happy in her life. And it's like, I'm sorry, but you are the one who seems miserable. Like, God forbid that a mommy gets a little cute and has a little whimsy in her day between all the messy parts of being a mom. God forbid she wants to dress up a little bit. And I think we forget that it takes the same energy to throw your curls in a claw clip and put on a little sundress and slip on some little kitten heels than it does to wear your Cookie Monster pajamas out and feel like shit all day. That actually takes more energy. Why are we hating on effort? Why is it okay to tell this beautiful mommy on Instagram who's just trying to feel herself that she is doing too much? She's miserable in her life and she's overcompensating by trying to feel good and look good for her school drop off. But if we were to ever say that to the mom who's obviously sloppy, doesn't have it together, she's wearing her pajamas to drop off, that would be so fucked up and diabolical. I just think it's like such a double standard. And every mommy out there knows that we are both. We are both of those moms. And we can be both of those moms within like the span of an hour. So realistically, it's like we hate on any form of excitement these days. And I genuinely think that the world is a better place when we are putting in effort, when we have energy, which comes from that effort, when we're taking care of ourselves so that we can show up the best that we can be. The other day, I was running around downtown and I was in a building and I like came out onto the street. I did have a glass of wine before this, so I was feeling extra good, but the sun was shining and I just said, wow, what a beautiful day this is. And this guy, I didn't notice he was right there. He said, oh my gosh, it's so nice to hear you be so happy about it. And I'm like, isn't it a nice day? He's like, yeah. It's like, I think expression and like happiness and joy comes from trying. It comes from effort. It comes from creating those moments, which takes trying. Okay. And at the end of the day, I think we all live happier lives when we're doing the most. Here's the reality of this situation. And I'm going to be so fucking for real when I say this. You are allowed to try. You are allowed to take yourself seriously. And especially if you're somebody who has dreams and ambitions, you get to do whatever the fuck you want. You're allowed to put yourself out there and like go for it. If you want to build a business, you're not sure if it's going to work, you can fucking try. You can do it. You can build that. And if it fails, it's not your fault. It's not that serious. If you're like a goal-driven person or you want anything to be created, whether that's a relationship, a business, a safe space, you can go balls to the wall and take yourself so seriously and share that. I co-founded a marketing agency about 5 years ago with my best friend. And I genuinely feel like the reason why it's been so successful is because we just fucking went for it. We worked our asses off. We have tried so hard. And it's been successful in the way where now things just flow to us and opportunities come to us and people genuinely want to work with us. We're not having to try so hard, but it did take a lot of building, and we weren't half in, half out. We both quit our jobs and fully went for this to create this thing. And I think that that's what holds a lot of people back, is like, you don't want to be embarrassed. What if it doesn't work? When in reality, how is anybody supposed to believe in the vision and support your dream when you don't believe in it? How are you going to sell anyone on anything if you aren't fully committed to knowing the value that it has? And I think another misconception about trying is that it's like narcissistic, and a lot of people may think like, oh, if I'm putting myself out there, if I'm trying new creative projects, if I want to build something that others need to support, if I ask for money, that means that I am selfish. I am self-centered. I don't want to come off as self-important, when it's like, since when is it self-centered to create something? What's self-centered is like corporate billionaires ripping off small businesses and the everyday person to build more billions and put it in their pocket. Okay, it's not selfish to start a blog or start a little baking company or pursue a relationship or move wherever you want to move or do your hair in the morning. Like, that's not selfish. That's not self-important. That is literally giving a fuck about something. Can we do that again, Gen Z? I've had a lot of cold brew today, so I'm kind of on one. So I'm going to tone it down. But when you are doing heart-led work and you are passionate about what you are creating, what you are trying to do, you are honoring the people that serves. You're not doing it for yourself. You are creating for your people, for the people who find value in what the important work that you're doing. Okay. And if others don't get the vibe, they don't understand, it's not clocking to them, that is okay. They can unfollow you. They can not like your content. They can walk away when you start talking about it, when you bump into them. They can say, bye, nice to see you. But if your purpose is genuinely rooted in helping the people who you want to help and doing work that you see is important, if you're genuinely following your passion and trying, putting an effort towards something, then it is the most honorable thing that we can do. And taking yourself seriously enough and like being devoted enough to that mission, honoring your ambition, honoring your calling enough to show up and do that, that is fucking hot. Deciding that you're going to make a little tuna salad sandwich for lunch and share it with a friend or your kids or whatever, because that is what's in the best interest of your health and the people that you love. And that helps everything that you're building. That is trying. That is hot. Pizza rolls, they're physically hot. And every mom knows sometimes we got to whip out the pizza rolls. But it is really fucking cool to put in effort. And we got to stop shitting on it, okay? The hottest people in the world to me are having a good time. They're enjoying the effort that they're putting in. They're making lunch and listening to music and having the best time. And they are like fully in it. It is a lifestyle. They're putting in effort. And they know that, for example, if they want to start a garden and if the garden fails, it is not a representation of them. They're cool. It's not reflective of them as a person. They're open to life. They're like, whatever, I was bad at it this season. Let's try again next season. Like, I think that people don't try things because they think that if it fails, they're going to literally hate every part of themselves and be like, I fucking suck. I knew that I couldn't do it. It's like the deep rooted insecurity of not taking a risk and trying something is more of a reflection of how you already feel about yourself. But don't we feel better about ourselves and gain more confidence and be more open to building what we want, trying new things when we prove to ourselves that we can, or that when we can't and it fails, it's really not that scary after all? Nothing is that serious, okay? And that is what a hot person who tries knows in their heart, is that if things don't work out, it's all good. You can try another thing. It's just fun, okay? It adds more depth to life when we're putting in a little effort and not just going through the motions. And nothing is less magnetic to me, and just nothing is more boring than someone who has zero curiosity. They're just passive. They have no investment in their life, and they're just like, whatever, I don't give a shit. I think you do. I actually think you do, and you just don't believe in yourself enough. Ooh. A lot of it is conditioning. I know that a lot of it is energy, the economy, mental health issues, all these things. But the only way to go against that is by trying. The only way to get fit is to start going on walks. And then it kind of picks up momentum as you go. Playing small and shrinking ourselves down is something that has been told to us as women forever, that this would make us better women. This is doing the right thing. This is being a good girl, is being small, being agreeable, and not putting yourself out there. Because if you don't take a chance, if you don't live boldly, if you don't try something new, then it will protect you from failure. But isn't that kind of a sad way to live? Isn't living in a way where we're just living in fear all the time of failure sad? Playing small does not protect you from failure. It hides you from all the opportunity that's out there for you. There are so many beautiful relationships and opportunities and so much potential out there if you reach out and grab it, but it has to be the active decision of stepping into that, okay? It has to be you deciding to go for it. So this is your sign, okay? Caring about your life is cool. Caring is cool. I'm going to get that as a tramp stamp. Caring about others, caring about yourself, your mental health, your physical health, caring about your business, caring about your family, caring about your friends, celebrating them on their birthdays, caring about how your space looks, caring about following your heart, pursuing your passion. That is cool. So don't be afraid to go for it, girl. Wear the outfit. Be the mom at drop off that does the most. And then maybe the next day you could be the mom dropping off in her pajamas. But don't feel like you need to be embarrassed to try. Don't feel like you need to be embarrassed to launch something that you want to launch. Don't be afraid to be seen, especially when you're messy or it's just an imperfect process. I think people like to see that. I genuinely feel like people can relate to you more when you're real about what's happening behind the scenes. And don't let these people who are too cool to try, who are projecting their insecurity on you, let you think that putting effort into something and believing yourself is embarrassing. It's embarrassing to hold yourself back. It's embarrassing to shrink yourself down. I need to have a little cheese stick or something now because I've had 2 cold brews today, and I was really amped to record this because I really do love when people like follow their heart and they're not embarrassed to share their journey. I think it is so fucking cool, but I'm about to crash out if I don't eat something, so I should probably do that. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I want to hear your feedback. What is it that you are wanting to try? You can send me a DM on social media. I'm at Hiking is Hot. I love talking about these things. I love hearing what people have a vision for and then watching them bring it to life. Like, that is so fucking cool. And if nobody else is going to support you, and if Gen Z with their little sneakers is going to shit on you and make fun of you, I'm making fun of Gen Z a lot right now, but love you too, sis. Then I will be in your court, okay? If you are a girly who wants to wear your little heels to the store, you want to try to feel good, God forbid a woman feels good. I'm with you, sister. And I will applaud you as you march your little kitten heels down the grocery aisle to pick out the ingredients for your beautiful meal that you're going to make at home. I'm going to say that girl right there, she is eating it up. She is so cool. Trying is so cool. Okay. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.